Ho, 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 y'all. Here we are.
That's what he said.
Well, welcome back. We're revved up tonight. Welcome to Tally the Votes. We are on the penultimate episode of this first year of Reindeer games. I don't know if they'll do it again. Super fun so far. I'm liking it. But alas, my winner's dream and hope and desire went home tonight.
We all felt a little sad about that one.
I'm sad.
We did, but it was predictable as the day is long.
I know, but you just never know. I just thought that she
got literally the worst possible competition she could have gotten.
Right? But look at what she did. Like, once she figured out how to get the momentum, she made up for her lost time. She was in a real competition against Xavier and holding her own, and that was
I don't
awesome.
think it was as close as production would have us believe.
I don't know.
I think she still needed.
It wasn't a split screen,
but it was a split
you saw
screen.
How much? No, you saw how much of her puzzle was up.
Shots where you could see them.
She had 4 left. Look how long the last 2 took Xavier.
Okay, she had 4 left, but let's be real. For at least 10 to 15 minutes, she was flailing in the air. She wasn't
penduluming.
That was so funny.
She wasn't even full pendulum. She was like pendule.
And she still would be flailing in the air if Frankie hadn't explained to her how to do it.
Yes.
Like, you need momentum.
So if she hadn't figured that out right away, if that had been, because I was trying to think, had they done any of those kind of aerial lift games in the seasons that she did? Were they doing?
I think that's a newer thing. I don't think she was on.
Yeah, so I'm wondering.
I don't think they had the Did they have the comic book?
I don't think.
Can't remember. And she's had 3 kids. Okay, she's a little bit older, and I have. Any lady who's had a baby can tell you the stomach muscles are not the same after you have
That
kids.
is correct.
Is she older than Franzel? I thought they were about the same age.
No, she's older than Franzel.
Franzel looks older.
Yeah. Well, that's because I think Brittany's got some great skincare routines that she makes appointments for.
Our gargantuan.
But she looks very natural. Looks good. I think.
Are you talking about Nicole?
Exactly how she used to look.
Yeah, she has the zit.
I know. I think that was a bruise. I think that was a bruise from the candy cane competition. I think she knocked her noggin.
It was there before the candy cane competition.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
It's a pretty good bruise, whatever it is. Whether it's from squeezing a zit or knocking her head into something, it's a good bruise.
Bean says happy holidays.
Hi, Bean.
Happy holidays to you.
Now, Bean, last night we declared, obviously, the first rule of reality TV is that women's alliances always fail. And at some point we declared the second rule of reality TV, but none of the 3 of us can remember what it was. So we're counting on you.
I couldn't even remember that conversation was last night.
Oh, look, I got an apology too.
Let's see. Okay. Brittany is 36. And Franzel's 31.
Got to be 36.
Yeah.
Franzel is 31.
Really?
Okay. So I have to say that it wasn't a bad prediction to say that Xavier would have gone home, because that was literally every single person.
That's what they were going for.
Everyone's target was either Xavier or Frankie, for sure.
Yep.
Right. And so once Frankie won his spot, it was like, well, yeah. So I think that wasn't a bad pick. It was going to be one of them. Anyway. So that's it. Frankie wins the game now, right?
Pretty much.
No,
right?
Think about it. You got 4 compies really playing.
Yeah, it'll be a good competition. I don't think there's going to be, it's not going to be clean sweep, I don't think.
Okay. Nicole gagging through the tasting.
That was the best. That was
she was my spirit animal, because I would have been doing the exact same thing.
You can't. You have to put all your emotions away. This is a game.
I couldn't do it. I would.
You gotta have it. Well, come on, David. You're a sports.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I've seen every time I have to see people eat gross things on TV for a competition. I know that's where I'd be done.
for me, it's a texture thing. So big giant fish eyes, I ain't taking a bite of that because that's gonna do some weird squishy thing. But sipping, taking small, because you don't have to gulp it. You just need to get it in your mouth and think on it, right? So you take a little taste and then you think on it and you get a little taste. You don't gotta drink the chunks.
Oh, and I
That's
was
true.
like,
You know what I
Nicole
mean?
was like,
So you get your head in the game and you just do
Maybe
it. You
it's
look
more
at
of
all
a
your
smell. It could be a smell issue for her more than anything.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but when
you feel like every kid
Nicole
does.
she took a drink of the first one, she goes, "This is the worst thing I've ever had in my mouth," and I just yelled, "That's what she said," right at the TV.
I did not say that. And why would I would be taking a sip and looking at the board of all the options while I'm sipping and going,
Yeah.
no. But none of them seemed to do that. They all were like, maybe that's the rule. You have to look forward.
Yeah. And then there was Frankie that like used common sense. Like none of these
On the
things
Yeah,
are
the
car-
color,
yeah.
that was super smart. I thought.
Yeah. What's making this brown color here?
Yeah, this is And then Brittany, who did she even get a single one? Like
No,
not
Brittany was
even
just like, I
one
stopped
flavor,
thinking.
correct?
She might have COVID.
Maybe when she put French
She
fries
can't taste
in and like
anything. She's like, I don't freaking know. You know what she should have done? She should have just picked something and used that every time. She would have had a better shot.
yeah, she wouldn't have had to sit there and tasted nasty stuff.
Because I thought they did more than they could have done. They did more than they needed to do.
Bean just gave
Yeah.
us everyone's ages, and I'm
Yes.
shocked to find out that Frankie Grande is 40.
I tried to tell you that he was of age when Pet Detective came out.
Okay, but here's the deal. When Frank, that's Frankie at 40. I think he
Yep.
looks older, don't you, David?
Yes.
Oh no, I thought he was much younger. I thought he was like 33.
Oh no, I thought he was much
looked
older.
Yeah, I thought he
So
looked
when
older.
what's he gonna look like when he's 50?
So he was born in 83. So you're right. He would have been okay for Pet Detective. He'd have been 12, which is the perfect demo for Pet Detective, frankly.
Yeah, watch.
That's how
Watch.
old my
And-
husband was when he went and saw it.
And you remember how kids were when you could watch things on TV like
He's
that
an
over and over
83
and own
baby
it.
too?
So my prediction is Frankie Grande, as a little kid, wanted to watch Ace Ventura on repeat.
Yep.
That VCR was running 24/7.
I think so too.
That was his movie, and his mom was like, "Oh my god, this freaking movie!"
So,
Just sit down, shut up.
so
put it on.
Ariana is his little sister then.
Yes,
Yes.
she's
Ah.
younger. Mhm.
Yeah, because she can't be 40.
No,
Definitely
she's-
not.
She is not. She is
27. I don't even know.
Not. Yeah. Maybe it's because he wears the bottom eyeliner. That's it. I bet if he lifted that bottom eyeliner off, his youth would come back. It's
You think
very
so?
aging bottom eyeliner. Oh yes.
Yeah, but it's like a Rocky Horror thing. You got to put the bottom.
I think it's that his eyes look too sunken.
Yeah.
That's for
But
me.
see,
that's
if he
what I-
didn't have that bottom eyeliner,
He
it
needs
would
some eye
you would lose
plumper or
focus there.
something. He
Mhm,
needs some
mhm.
eye plumper around to. It's like just
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ariana Grande is 30.
but maybe he looks skeletal because he has zero body fat or something. I don't know, because Homeboy can do literally anything, any comp they throw his way. He is
Yep.
on it.
He's quite petite. He's petite.
But
He's a little fella.
strong. But strong.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
you know,
agile
he's like
and
Shay.
spring loaded.
Or
Yeah.
not Shay. What's her name? SHE on AU Survivor, who was like wiry and tiny, and she was tough as nails.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
We're all having a brain fart right now. But
SHE something.
Yes.
Shanna.
Shan.
Yeah. Shan
Yes.
seems.
You know who I'm
Fair.
talking about, right?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Black hair, and she was the tiniest little thing, but man, she was tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why don't we see? I think somebody like Frankie ought to go on Survivor.
Yeah. Why not?
I think he could do it.
Yeah, he's physically
doesn't need a lot.
competitive. Yeah, he
He's
wouldn't starve as
physical.
easily as the big guys.
Oh, and he has so much energy. I think he would be amazing on that. Jeff, call Frankie. Stat.
Might
Oh,
be good.
you know what
Might
I
be
would
good.
love to see? Give me Frankie and the AU King on one season. Just give that to
Oh,
me.
My
Because
God.
they would either be
George
best
would
friends
eat
or they
him
kill
alive.
each other.
George would eat him
Oh
alive.
no, I think it would be it would be the biggest fight. It would be the biggest
You
cat
think
fight.
it'd
They
be
would
like
be so petty.
like a dude cat fight?
They would be
Yeah.
so petty with each other, and they would like
It's like a tomcat fight.
They'd be like pushing each other's buttons for real.
I think so too. I think that George would kind of treat him the way he treated Simon.
But Frankie would not be having that, and
But
Frankie would.
Simon is dumb. Simon was dumb as rocks, and that's really insulting. To rocks.
Or maybe George would go, "Oh my gosh, I love your sister. Let's hang out."
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the 1 in 5, right?
There you go. There you go.
It all
Yeah,
depends
because
on whether
George is
thinks
really
he can
like
beat him.
one or the other, right? Like the way that George would treat some people was just polar opposite of how he was others.
And you know they're going to put George on something in the U.S. because he's just too big a character.
All right, guys, we got to pull
At
this
some
back
point.
on track.
At some point they will. Maybe they'll be maybe the reindeer games will start pulling in, like they'll do like a CBS reindeer games, like they do the CBS Price is Right, you know, where they have like the Survivor alumni
You could
and
do
the
like a
BP
Survivor reindeer games, right? But
Yeah.
you would call it something else, and it could be AU versus US with
There you go.
legends.
They could do a lot of really amazing things, and we could write that list all day, but they're never going to listen to us.
Well, that's because Jeff doesn't listen to
So
anybody but Jeff.
if we have to have our rules of reality TV, do we have to also have our reality TV wish list? The things-
Where do they intersect?
Okay, well, I think rule number 3 has to be Jeff Probst will always make the wrong decision.
Well, I mean,
These are the rules according to God.
so great. It's so great.
Instead of the world according to Garp, it's rules according to God.
Yeah, I
Is
like
that a
it.
funny movie? I vaguely recall it.
I love
Robin
that.
Williams.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's probably his best acting. It's not necessarily funny.
You bite
but
the
it's
dog's
so,
ear off. I mean,
Did you
so
ever see
good.
Fisher King?
Yeah.
yes.
That's my favorite Robin Williams movie.
Is it?
It's too sad for me.
But that's what I'm saying, because I think he like had some depth as an actor that they never really.
It kind of traumatized me a little bit when I first saw it. I was quite young, so I was all like, "What the deuce? That's what this is from. This is
I
why
don't even
he's
remember
like
even watching it.
this."
So I
Mhm.
must not have
A
been.
different spin nowadays. I think if we all went back in and watched it, I think we'd have a very different take on it, considering the way that the world is. It would be like, oh yeah, it's a little bit heavier, but also common in a way, you know,
Really?
not so
Oh.
shocking.
Okay, well, I
Right.
might have to go check it out now. All right, guys.
Yeah. Well, Taylor's
back-
still in it. Xavier's still in it. We lost Brittany.
Okay, so it's a grudge match for me and Jamie
Yeah.
down to the wire,
Yeah.
I guess.
and I'm feeling very confident at this moment.
Something about the glasses that really brought the humble sadness. I suppose.
Um,
Shucks.
I'm
I'm
You know
out.
what? You know what? Nicole could still win.
She
Nicole
could.
win.
He absolutely could.
And also, I would not be sad if Frankie won also either. I really like.
I
those
think
two
Frankie's
working
getting the
together.
winners at it. I really do.
Yeah.
I think Frankie.
I do have to say something, and that is, as you were yelling at the television, David, with "That's what she said," and the first rule of reality TV is, I was yelling, "Ha! Nicole's not going to be nasty. Girl alliances can work."
And Taylor was going to be
Yeah, but
nice to
Taylor
her.
didn't bring her because of some girl.
Oh, hell
alliance.
no,
Taylor
hell no.
brought her because she thought Xavier could knock Frankie
Yeah, that's
out.
the
That
smart.
was
That's
it.
the smart play. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So let's not pretend.
It would have
But
been
that
pretty
these
didn't do
are.
it a
stupid.
lot.
These are starting to hurt my head. I gotta take them off now. Okay,
I can't.
but that
I can't.
they were pinching. They're for kids. They're a little tiny. But that
That's
she
also
had
what
no
she-
alliance at all because she was ready to cut Xavier too. She did not care.
Yep.
She had no alliance. She was her own person, which, by the way, is how she won her season,
True.
right? Because she literally, yeah. So
She could cut her people. Yep.
she just had to play by herself so long that
Well,
she learned
it's
not to do it.
it's also how
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I mean,
also how
that's true.
Xavier won. He was part of the cookout until it became expedient to kick Tiffany out, and then he did. And once she was out, he won the
She looks
season.
And he
super
didn't
cute
have to
tonight.
pose the whole time.
Huh?
Yeah, I love her hair like that. That's adorable.
Oh,
I
she's
really
adorable.
like her
Very
braids
cute.
though. But yes, it was cute.
I
It
did
was
too.
cutesy.
And it
like
was
a
great.
little,
It's great to see
little-
Tiffany. It's good to see her, but like, oh man, it's not Derek X, man. He brought it. He brought
really
the elf
did
magic.
the best job.
He did
God,
so good. Have you seen the clip, like the gift now where it's got like what are they calling her, Mrs. Frost or whatever, when she was singing her song, then she blew the kiss at him and
Right,
he
Oh,
like
yeah.
fainted.
He's like,
Yeah, I've been seeing that everywhere today.
I
It was
just
so
really?
perfect.
Here's my prayer to CBS, to the CBS gods: just release Derek X imitating Jeff Probst during the competition. Just some
I know,
clips,
I want to
please.
see
I gotta
it.
see it.
I mean, come
Well,
on.
you know that Derek and Jeff Probst played tennis together.
Do they?
Yeah,
He
they
knows
had
it?
they played tennis together, and so now they're like, they've got that like they're a
What?
tennis
So
buddy.
Derek
So
is
he's
going to
got
be on
these.
Survivor, is what you're
So
saying.
Well,
he's
because he's
got
already
these
been on
impressions,
Amazing
man.
Race too. So Survivor, he might be the first person to do a trifecta. Or has anybody
Yeah.
done all three?
Um,
We've had lots of crossovers. Has anybody
I don't
done
think anybody's done. No, I don't think anybody's done all three.
That'd be kind of fun.
No, because Cerise's the closest. Well, no,
right, but we
because
don't
Cerise
know.
done Traders.
Cerise
so
done.
Cerise done
She needs to
3
do Amazing
shows.
Race.
That's fantastic.
And is the
Yeah.
challenge really a show? Do we count that?
Yeah.
Do what?
But I
I've
mean,
never
and
seen
for
it,
the
so-
three CBS biggies, she'd have to do Amazing Race.
Yeah. Those are like, it's like the holy trinity of reality TV. As
I
far as
didn't
Right,
watch Amazing
right.
Race this year, so.
I'm really sad you didn't. It was excellent, and there was really great people. It was a good season.
Well, I have the entire season on my DVR, and I did see at one point they were walking on top of the Space Needle, and I thought to myself, I would literally have a heart attack and die after 2
Really? Now
I'm
I
so
don't.
afraid of heights.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is probably goes to the way I can do it with a food challenge too. They were completely in safety gear. They were
Yep.
completely tethered. There was no point they weren't off that rope. That it looked like people do regularly go out there for things, right? Maintenance and whatnot. So it's
Sure.
so
Yeah, I coulda
and
done
they
that
didn't
one.
have to go all the way to the edge. They kept the box in quite a bit. Some people went farther than the box just because they wanted to do it. So I wonder if it would have not, because I think when they panned out, you saw how high up it was, but when you're standing there, your feet on something, maybe it's not as bad.
Maybe the view's not the same, right?
I literally would fall down to my knees and shake until somebody came and got me.
Really? For you, it's heights.
Yeah, it's just
Always.
heights. Absolutely heights. Although I did do that. I walked up the mountain with Dan, but that wasn't scary because there were no drops.
Yeah.
Right.
I-
So
Yeah,
would you
I'm
be
high,
able
but the-
to do a bungee jump challenge then, or
Oh,
is
no.
that out? I could not. I could not.
As
do a
long
bungee.
as I am secured into safety harnesses, I'm not afraid. Like I've done like rock rappelling and I've done
could do
zip
that.
lines and stuff because you're always I'm always like, okay, you check the safety stuff. And I couldn't skydive because your
Yeah.
feet, you have no connection with the ground. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's falling for
That's
me.
free
So
falling.
like the
Yeah.
harnesses and stuff are good, but I couldn't do bungee jumping because still the primary component is falling.
Yes.
So I couldn't do it.
Listen, I could probably do it, but I would have to change my pants afterwards.
There would be a lot of screw you, Jamie. I'm never going to be on Amazing Race with
Because
you
you're right, it
again.
would be the falling. And as soon as you had the elation of the going up again and the falling's no longer happening, you're falling again. Right?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
that.
No thanks. Not for
So maybe
me.
by the end, maybe that's like you'd get over it really quick.
I was going to say something really funny there, and it would have been horribly inappropriate. So remind
That's
me
what
when
she
you're
said?
offline to tell you.
That's
Okay.
that's your jam. Horribly inappropriate.
It really is my jam, but this was beyond.
Rule number 4.
Always be horribly inappropriate.
That's God's rule.
All right. So,
So-
what do you think the reindeer, like the big, what do you think it's going to be? Like
Well,
a
do you think
relay?
it's going to be like 3 competitions, or do you think it's going to be something that we're not conceiving of?
I hope it's something we're not conceiving of.
Right. I'm hoping it's something completely different.
I'm getting
Yeah.
really mad that I can't find that GIF yet on.
I am hoping that I mean I don't want it to be like a tier thing, you know, like I want it to be like one big competition, but do we want
Oh
it
no,
to be
it
like
won't be. They'll eliminate. They'll go to 3, then they'll go to 2.
but do you
they'll...
think they'll do it like relay sets, you know what I mean? Like here's the first part of the competition, and then one person is out, and then you go to the next.
Yeah, I think that's
like
that's
that.
what I'm anticipating.
Well, yeah, I mean they do have an hour to take
But
up.
it could be 3 entirely independent competitions. In other words, 4 goes to 3, 3 goes to 2, 2 people go, 1 wins.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well,
I
wait a
think
minute.
it's something we haven't
They
seen.
did 4 tonight, right?
They did 4 tonight.
They could do 4 tomorrow, or
I mean, let's face it, the key one
They'll have to
lasted
do
about
3.
18 seconds.
they'll have to do 3. Wait, how does math work? Okay, you're right.
Got it.
Well, how
Biggest-
long did the key challenge last? Like 18 seconds, 20?
Yeah, that was done pretty fast, or
Yeah,
at least
no.
it looked like it was. It looked like it was done pretty
Well, yeah,
fast.
you never right.
The questions though, yeah, Xavier, like I like that he admitted, like, yeah, I didn't pay attention to any of those things.
Well, no, he goes, I was
He
paying
paid
attention to
attention
the
to the
songs, but
wrong
apparently the
things.
wrong things.
He was paying attention to the wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's because that's just not where your skills are. So we know that's not his thing. You know.
The
But
observations.
that was a great competition because, again, anybody could win it, right?
Yep. Yep.
And the same
Well,
with
it's
the
somebody who has
tasting
a good
thing. There was
memory.
nobody out of it based on physical ability. I'm not
Right.
saying every competition shouldn't have physical in it, but it's nice to see sometimes they don't.
I'm always appreciative when it's a mixed bag of both of those things because
Well, there
it's
was only
really boring to watch sports all the time.
right,
That's
but
all
there was
I'm
only
saying.
one. The last one had any physical real
Yeah.
element to it.
Yeah.
The
And I
other three
really
did
liked
not.
it. I liked the idea of like having to kick everything down, you know, and then solve the puzzle. So it really
Yeah.
kind of gave you both things.
Yeah, it did. It gave you had to have a little bit of both qualities, right?
Yep. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was good to watch. It's been great. The reindeer games has been a lot of fun. And who thunk it? Who would have thunk it? That
Who would have thought it?
Colleen asked me if she should watch it. I said, "Have you watched Big Brother before?" And she says, "Never." And I said,
Then
I
never-
don't think this is where you should start."
No.
it'd only be downhill from here.
You might as well just watch the.
Well, and then we got to
Price is Right
explain the
at night.
Chenbot, and you
Yeah.
don't get what we're talking about.
No,
and-
they don't get any of it. It's just a game show.
And
at
then
that
you don't
point.
understand how magical Derek X is.
a 6-day game show. The same episode, you know.
Yeah.
But it's funny they threw this together, and it just sort of worked. And I love how the house looks. I mean, they like
I do
touched
too.
every surface.
They did game show challenges for a whole bunch of different reality shows, didn't they? This is not the only one. I saw something else, something I don't watch.
Oh, really?
But they had some sort of a holiday thing too. Yeah, they were really like, how are we gonna fill these spots until we have stuff to put in?
Sure. Yeah,
Well, and
they
that's
had to.
apparently what they do in Australia all the time.
Yeah.
Because they have to have a certain amount of local content. I was reading a thing on it, and that's why like the AU episodes are always an hour and a half and 3 times a week because they have to,
Meaning they can't just import all the TV shows.
God.
it's got to be locally produced content, so it can't be
Nice.
Interesting.
scripted
Nice.
TV. So this is the cheapest way they can.
That's
the
a really-
networks
okay.
can comply with the Australian law.
Sure.
Culturally, that's really interesting because that's how they can maintain their own point of view versus being influenced from the outside. So good
Yeah,
for them.
and
That's
having to pay so much more for royalties and
Yeah.
licensing, like license and yeah.
Oh, I'm
no,
sure they
that's-
still get the best over there, but I mean the best of
Yeah.
our stuff. But
well, I don't know. I'm I'm hoping that this is like every year. This is so much better than Celebrity Big Brother, first of all.
Oh yeah, it is.
Celebrity's always kind of a little bit of a train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I had one year I really liked it. But
I did like Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
Just because every time Julie talked to him, she called him Meta, and I thought it was adorable.
I wish that they would, and Jamie, this might be where we break as far as memories of our childhood. Would you remember Battle of the Network Stars, Jamie?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you do. I got so excited.
When were you born?
79.
It was off the air.
No, it probably was still on. Maybe.
Was it syndicated? Because I remember it.
No, probably not. But I bet you it was still on. But they did it once a year, right? And didn't they do it like Sweeps Week or something? Yeah. And it was so fun to tune in and watch the different teams. Then it would be, all the stars of their hot shows. And they played these kind of like family reunion / picnic in the park games. Like, I thought it was great. Anyway,
okay, I stand corrected.
76 to 88.
It ran 12 years.
I loved it.
But like, I remember the first one had like the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman both on it.
And as a kid, we couldn't differentiate. Like for us, that was like, holy crap, he is going to beat them all. Oh,
I know this guy. I know this guy. He's going to win.
Watch. He's going to jump up on top of that 3-story
building.
building.
And Lou Ferrigno was on it when he was the original Hulk.
Yep, Lou Ferrigno. Yep.
Definitely going to win there.
But I'm just saying, they could do something like this that could be all the reality shows together. They could have done.
That's kind of what they did with
an opportunity to like pull a team in from each thing. Except that would be probably maybe too much like the challenge. But you do it. It's for the network. It's for the network. They could have had their stars.
I mean, that's kind of what the Price is Right thing was, but like make it so there's more, like physical and like this, like the reindeer games. Yeah. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I liked it. They would do like swimming races, like who could swim.
No, it was
like real sports.
And they would have relay races, like running races, and
they do tug of war. They did like little things that you've actually heard of.
I had no idea that it went on all through the 80s because I had a period of like 10 years when I had a life where I didn't watch TV.
You're out there living the world. Yeah.
From like 87
to
like 97, I watched nothing. I literally like nothing.
That was a good time. When you can't recall, it was probably good.
I bet you there would be a week that would go by I wouldn't turn the TV on.
Not even MTV? Yeah. What's wrong with you?
That's weird. I mean, if I'm in the mountains, that happened, but otherwise, no.
But like 87, MTV was like already on to like game shows and stuff.
Only in the afternoon. All evening on, they still had all their content.
Because in 90, I went.
How do you think we got to see Smells Like Teen Spirit? Come on, that video we saw it like they play it like once an hour, and that was in the 90s.
But yeah, like Remote Control that came on.
90. But that was like the afternoon, wasn't it?
In 1990, we went to Daytona Beach, and my college roommate participated on Remote Control. And he got dumped in the pool. No, he won.
Got to meet Jon Stewart.
I don't remember because I didn't really care.
Well, wasn't Jon Stewart the host?
Yeah,
you're probably right, but.
Yeah, he was the host, and Jeff Probst was the host of Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
That's true.
And you ready for this?
I love
Anderson
Rock
Cooper
and Roll
was
Jeopardy.
the original host of The Mole. And you know what? He was way better on that than he ever was on CNN.
I remember him on that. Back when it was Dennis Rodman. Spoiler alert.
Okay. I do not think that was him on Remote Control.
Who
it was Ken Ober.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, if the guy had curly hair.
Was Jon Stewart? Was he like a contestant or something on there once? He did. What was it? He did a game show on MTV. I swear.
But I remember my roommate. They strapped him to a big what do you call where you spin the wheel, like a prize wheel.
Okay.
And as he was spinning, they were showing snippets of videos, and he had to shout out what song and artist it was, and he got them all, and he had like 11 seconds left.
Wow.
And he
Okay.
had drank a lot of beer, so I don't even know how he possibly did that.
Okay, just so that you both know, Jon Stewart was on a show on MTV, and
Yes.
it was called The Jon Stewart Show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to screw up, Jamie. I get that.
There it is.
So-
There it is.
Who knew?
Who knew? Oh, look at him. He's such a young
He was
lad.
such a kid. Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, MTV. All right, so
Who's going to win?
Frankie.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I think it's gonna be Frankie, but
I'm
still
saying
gonna stick
I'm
with my girl. I'll
saying
stick with Taylor.
Xavier, but I
yeah,
kind
I'll
of think
stick with
Frankie.
Taylor. Why not?
But I kind of think Frankie.
Yeah, you think it'll be Frankie too?
Well,
I'm not saying
I
it's
think
Xavier's
Frankie's
not
getting the
awesome.
winners at it. I do.
What
Yeah.
we're seeing so far, how could they wait, were these all pre-taped?
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
done. It's over.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
It's done and done.
Okay. I hate that. So I hate that they can give him a winner's edit. But if that's what they're doing and they're manufacturing the story for us, well done, CBS, because yeah, you don't have to be shocked. If he loses, I'll be shocked because he's getting he's doing so well.
No, and Xavier's kind of getting a meh at it, in my opinion. He looks okay, but he doesn't look as dominant as he did his season for sure.
He's not dominating.
But he's not dominating because, with the exception of Brittany, I love you, Brittany. He's playing against other people who can compete, not a house full of people that aren't very good competitors. Because his only real competitor that he had with him in his season was Derek X. That's it. That was the biggest other competitor in the house.
Yeah.
No, I think Tiffany was a competitor. Just
no. Well, yes, but we're talking
from a social strategic standpoint.
Yes, but not.
Yeah, but I mean, like
physical.
in actual competitions.
Well, first of all, if you recall, Xavier didn't win anything until like final
the
five.
Very end. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, because Derek was winning, and then they kicked Derek out. They got rid of Derek, and then Xavier started winning the competitions.
Right, and he won like all of them.
Well, yeah, they did good. So yeah,
I think like really, like I mean, bless her heart, but Azza was not going to ever be remembered for, being a tough competitor, or Big D, or
What was Brittany's gift when she left tonight?
Underpants.
She got men's underwear and socks.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you know what? I'm gonna say I'm kind of disappointed with the gifts. I would like CBS to give like increasing monetary gifts. Like the first one out. Maybe the first one out, you still get $1,000, thanks, or something. The next one out, here's $5,000. Maybe a 10.
Yeah.
Maybe
well, couldn't have you would have been amazing. Like, okay, maybe like if Brittany would have won like a lifetime supply of hot dogs.
Nobody wants that.
Well, no, but remember, remember she always talks about how she's infamous for falling off a slippery wiener.
That's true.
So I mean, like you could have something that's like a little more, at least like not so generic.
Like a funny gift, but then like and $1,000 or something.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Bean, that is a great question, and we had said that early on. Like
I think it
seemed like they didn't really get to choose because it's all set up. So then maybe it is all just a joke, or just whatever. I still would take the jelly of the month.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes, I vote yes. Tally the votes. I vote yes.
No, not even close.
Meat between bread is absolutely a sandwich.
Not when it's cooked.
So a hamburger's not a sandwich?
Nope.
It is.
Nope.
But like,
although
you're not eating raw ham when you like when you eat a Monte Cristo. Is that? I mean, that's got cooked meat. But that's a sandwich, clearly.
That's the anomaly.
A Reuben.
In the middle.
A BLT is a cooked bacon.
Yeah, a Reuben is a sandwich. A grilled cheese is a sandwich, right?
You
All
all
of
can
the-
say what you want. In Chicago, a hot dog's not a sandwich.
It is technically it is. It's a hot dog. What kind of sandwich is it? It's a
It's a hot
No,
dog
no,
sandwich.
if anybody called a hot dog a sandwich, they'd be laughed.
It's a
We
wiener
just-
sandwich.
Yeah, I would because it would sound weird, but that doesn't make it not a sandwich.
And
in the sandwich
hamburger
category.
certainly is not a sandwich.
What
It's
is
a
that?
hamburger.
A hamburger?
It has its own
Hamburger.
classification.
A
It's a
hamburger is a
hamburger.
sandwich also.
It's a
When you say-
sandwich.
if I said to you, Christy, can I make you a sandwich? You wouldn't say, can I have a hamburger? You'd be like, I'd like a grilled cheese, or I'd like ham and cheese, or I'd like a Reuben or a Monte
Did she
Cristo.
become? Hold on. Clearly, when she announces what kind of sandwich she would like, she becomes very dignified.
And then I would
I
like
would like
grapefruit
a grilled
flan. Thank you very
cheese.
much.
A grilled cheese, if you please.
Well,
Mhm.
Just so you know, from here on out, if we ever go to a sandwich place, I am ordering a goddamn hamburger.
Oh, I can't wait till we go to the
It
fucking
is.
sandwich place and they don't have hamburgers. And you'd be like, why don't you have hamburgers? Because that's a goddamn sandwich.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
you
I'm telling
watch it. You watch it. I'm gonna have a hamburger ordered for David Gott, and you damn well know that I will.
It occurs to me right now.
Bread, if it's between some sort of
Okay,
bread
guys,
product,
all of a
and you
sudden,
eat it
Yeah.
with your hands, it's a freaking sandwich.
guys, we are
Yes,
supposed
Just
to
like
be.
if you put it on a pita or a tortilla, if you will, it's a wrap.
Yes.
Unless it's a gyro, which is absolutely not a
Well, the gyro, but if it's on a tortilla,
gyro,
then-
no G.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Now,
then it's
it occurs to me that we're supposed to be the Big Brother podcast, and we have become the RCAT. Because they would talk about this for like an hour.
Yeah, well, you know
That's
what?
why I
It's
like-
like
that's why I love that
it's a
stuff.
1 hour episode with 20 minutes of content. So
I guarantee they have. I bet they've had this argument.
I'm sure. I'm
Well, you
I'm
brought it up.
certain.
And
I'm
I'm certain that Jack would vote with me if he was here.
probably.
he'd also order a pork chop in a steakhouse. So you know, we all
He
have our
owes-
ways.
He has owed me a pork chop for a good half a decade.
Well, I think that you should bring that up when we have the big Raleigh thing. You need to bring that up.
Well,
again.
he always says he was employed when he made the commitment, and he's not.
Oh, okay. I
Oh.
see.
I gotta suck
Mhm.
it up.
Sure, likely.
He doesn't have to take you out for one, does he? Was that the thing? It had to be a Ruth's Chris?
It's supposed to be a
The
it was
Ruth's Chris.
supposed to be a pork chop at a steakhouse.
No,
Yeah,
it's a
because
specific
it was
one.
because
It's
the pork
the
chop
Ruth's
is
Chris.
so good that it's worth getting the pork chop instead of the steak.
But at that specific restaurant. So here's what
Yeah.
you do: you say, "Listen, he just needs to pay up on his bet." That's one of those places where you can do everything a la carte. He doesn't have to have any money. He only has to be able to pay for your pork chop, and that is all. He doesn't have to eat. He
Well,
can
but
sit there and watch.
he also owes JP and Dan a pork chop.
Okay, so when you guys
three
are sitting there,
chops.
when this is what you do, you go to the Raleigh event, you're sitting next to him, you download the Grubhub, you put the order yourself, and you look over at him and say, enter your information.
I like
That's it.
You know what?
God
You
damn
guys
it, we're
can
getting our
just take
pork
a
chop.
bite of this of it and go like, and just give us an ups or thumb up or thumb down.
Yeah.
Make sure you videotape that because people want to see it, or not videotape it.
Yeah, what is this? The
Woo, I
90s?
My daughter will laugh at me. You have to video it.
Video it.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, we're all keeping the idea that Frankie's got this.
Yeah.
I'm still saying, I'm
And-
officially
He's
still
got it
saying
really grande.
Xavier, which I've said from the day I found out he was on
Yep.
the show.
All right.
Because I don't
But
want to
What?
deviate from that. But honestly, if I'm being honest, deep down where I live, I think it's probably Frank.
yeah. All right. I'm with you on that too. And so we're going to watch the finale on Thursday, but then we are going to record at the same time as per usual so that our one viewer will know when to find us. And we can talk about this some more.
Oh, look at this! Look at Bean with the
Wow.
advanced question, and
It's
the
got
answer
like
the
a sandwich
answer-
Rolodex.
No, these are Chicago beef places.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
And-
call them all. I'm
and
gonna
the
find. I'm
answer-
gonna
the
find
answer-
one of them that will agree to a hamburger being a sandwich.
None of them will. And Bean, the answer to your question is yes.
Are hoagie sandwiches?
Yes, all of them. Literally
Subs-
all of them. I could rate them if you like. I would say you have them almost right. It's Al's, Johnny's, Buena, Portillo's. So you're very close.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I mean, Johnny's
Just
is
because
solid.
Johnny's
just
is
because
good.
I won't go to any of them if they won't admit that a hamburger is technically a sandwich. So
They don't care because they're in
And
Chicago.
speaking of Chicago beef, dude, the bear. That is the best
bear.
shot. That is the best show.
bear.
This is what he's
Best
talking
show.
about. Those are the
Best
beef sandwiches he's talking about.
Best show. I know. I can suss things out.
So you finally watched
watched-
The Bear? I'm so excited.
Oh, I watched it from the get-go. I've watched it from the get-go. That was not one that I just had to throw it out there because you were talking about Chicago beef. I could not help but immediately
Can't say
these
it.
extremely beautiful bright blue eyes popped into my head and I went,
The second season of The Bear, the season where
beautiful.
he sends his
Cousin
what's his
Cousin goes
cousin to
train at the other
Europe,
restaurant.
and he thinks he's just oh my god, greatest episode
Beautiful.
perhaps of TV history.
That
It,
one
it really was fantastic.
This last year we got that episode, and then we got the episode from The Rest of Us with Ron. I just gonna say Ron Burgundy. I can't remember his name. Nick Offerman. Woo! I was trying to get there. I was like,
I don't know, but
the
it's
guy from the
amazing
show,
what my
the
brain
guy
is
with the mustache
concocting right
with
now.
Ron. Phew.
But it's funny when you look at The Bear. The technically best episode was the Christmas the fishes dinner.
The fishes, yeah.
It was incredible. It was tightly written. But the
Ooh, it
other
made
one,
me have to
but
go
the
take a
other
seat.
one lives in my heart.
It was
If
traumatic.
that makes sense.
I was like, oh, that's why we don't go home. All right, never mind.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
so
but the
traumatic.
tension in that was so high, and I felt it like so real that I had to like.
And
keep
Bob
watching it.
Odenkirk. Oh
I
my
was gonna
God!
say, you know
Talk
why?
about.
Because Bob Odenkirk. Hello.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he had it.
I need some Bob Odenkirk.
Yes, his show did not get renewed. By the way, it
What
is
show?
not
What's the
renewed.
show? I didn't even know he had a show.
I can't remember what the name of it. He's the professor. He's a professor in the lit department.
Okay, well, there's probably a reason you can't remember
Yes,
the name of it.
yes, and he's the head, and then they vote him out,
Yeah.
and then there's nobody that wants to do it. We watched that. That didn't get renewed. We
Nope.
liked that one a lot.
Yep,
Dang
it
it.
did not get renewed.
All right, that's okay, Bob Odenkirk. On to bigger and better. Come
And I
on,
didn't
baby.
know this movie
Next one.
either. What was that name of that silly movie
Which one?
where he's getting punched in the?
You
With
thought that one was
nobody.
silly?
I thought it was okay.
You're talking about
I-
nobody was awesome. I loved
I
it.
loved it. It took that genre.
Awesome. We're gonna go
It
awesome
took
with
that
that.
genre and
Yeah, it was so fun.
yeah, it was so fun. Anyway,
Okay, I'm gonna go. It's okay.
every
Like,
single
awesome?
time we have opinions on this show, Jamie and I are always in sync, and you're always on the other side of the fence.
Oh,
What
that's
is the
true.
deal here?
That
We
tends
gotta
to
start
usually
calling-
be the way.
I think the show should be renamed 2 Against 1 because, golly. All right.
Lucky Hank was the
We'll
name
call
of
this
the
one.
show.
Lucky.
Everyone hates Dave.
Everybody hates Dave. Wait,
I
no,
think,
that
I
was
think they already used that on TV, but everyone hated Chris. I think.
Yes, it was
okay.
Chris.
But not with
I
a
like
K.
this one. I like this
Jamie.
one, guys, since it's the ho holiday season. Favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
I am such an old lady. I cannot. I have such fond memories of watching White Christmas when I was a little girl with my grandma.
I watched it today. It's my
it didn't used to
it's
be
my
my
second.
favorite.
It's my
It's-
second
but-
favorite.
But when you start losing people, and it's my favorite
Sure.
now. I would have said before that, my whole life, I would have mostly said Christmas Story because that movie
Yep.
still makes me laugh. I don't even care.
That's a
I
funny
don't even
movie,
care.
but do you associate it with your childhood because it came out in the 90s, right?
Christmas Story? No,
Yeah.
it was an 80s movie.
No, it didn't. It was in the 80s.
Was it
Early
really?
80s.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. And it wasn't very popular at first. I don't think it really hit until it got on to like HBO was running it and stuff. But
I thought
but
it was
anyway,
like TBS ran it for like a whole day, didn't they?
well, that was later on because it was such like a cult hit Christmas thing.
Yes, 24 hours of the Christmas
but I'm
story. It
telling
starts
you,
on Christmas
someone-
Eve.
Right now, any time of the day, any time of the year, someone can say to me "fragile," and I will go. I can't help it. It's just,
I will admit to a tremendously strong affinity for the original Miracle on 34th Street. And
That's
when
a
they
good one.
bring in when they bring in all the mail and
With
the
Natalie
lawyer
Wood.
proves that by the postal service delivering the mail to him that he's the real Santa Claus, I cry.
Oh,
Really?
it's so nice.
Is that
It's so
that's the one with
nice.
Natalie Wood's the little girl, right?
Yeah,
That's-
and
When
you
she's
know what?
little.
And I grew up watching that with my grandmother, and
see, that's the one that gives you the feels,
yeah,
right?
right. it
That's
does.
White Christmas for me. It gives me the feels.
Yep, I watched White Christmas today as I was wrapping my presents, which is my tradition. That's like my day all by myself when I'm wrapping all the presents, and it's always White Christmas.
You're changing gears. You're
but-
like, that's it. I gotta get.
Muppets Christmas Carol is the first Christmas movie I put in every year because that's our Christmas tree movie. But really, I'm anything like Charles Dickens at Christmas time, and I'm gonna be all about it. So, any version.
Oh, I like Holiday. That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's
I think that's more. I feel like since that came out later, that's more like a rom-com. So that's
Yes.
I've
no
never
one's gonna
seen
watch
it.
that one with me.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
But
I
it's
like it.
really
It's
cute.
cute.
And Jack Black.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that one of those Hallmark movies where the career woman goes back to a small town and meets
No.
a loser and then
No.
stays?
No,
No, it's where the two hot girls trade places on different
Kate
continents.
Winslet, and they decide they want to. One decides they want to spend Christmas in America because their life is shit, and then the other one decides they want to spend the Christmas in England. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go the other side.
We'll
I'm
just
gonna
trade
go, like-
houses. Yeah, we'll trade
and then
houses.
so they
with
find each other online. They trade houses, and then each one of them meets people while staying in the house that person already knew, and then they fall in love. Two people.
Okay, I feel dumber just for knowing what that movie's about.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty
It's
cute.
pretty
It's
because it's Jack Black. Kate
Oh, I like Jack
Winslet.
Black. You didn't mention Jack Black.
Yeah.
Dean.
Jack Black's the guy that Kate Winslet ends up
yeah, and
with.
Jude Law.
And
She
Jude
didn't
Law
mention
and Cameron
Kate-
Diaz,
He
yeah,
only mentioned Cameron Diaz and Jude Law, which I was kind of like, eh.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
But then you throw Jack Black and Kate Winslet in. That,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
so great. It's funny. It's real sweet. It's nice. You know what? You could surprise your wife and go, "Hey, hon, we're gonna watch a movie." You'll get points right there.
Yeah, it's really good. I think
you'll
that
get on that nice list.
for like a newer Christmas movie that I think's pretty cute is Noelle. My kids
Oh, I
both
don't-
like that one.
Oh, I don't
It's
think we
it's
saw
it's Disney.
Oh yeah, was that one last Christmas it came out?
It's like 3 or 4 Christmases ago. But yeah, with Anna Kendrick. Yep. That
I'm
one's very
prepared
fun.
to commit a little heresy here and say I don't find Elf that entertaining.
I
And my
really,
family wants to
really,
watch it every
really,
year, and I
there are
really want to
scenes in
just
it that are
cry.
funny.
I really, really, really loved Elf, but now it's like it's on so much, and it's
Elf
you know what I
overload.
mean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of thinned a little bit. My love for it is thinned.
The newer Christmas movie that we really liked, and obviously it's not a surprise because I just said the Christmas Story was like my favorite as growing up. Is that 8-bit because it's very reminiscent.
That was fun. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I
Yeah,
like
it
that
was-
one.
You know, okay, so the premise is little girl wants something for Christmas. Her dad's trying to explain to her like why that's unrealistic to ask for that for Christmas. Like you might not get that.
Neil
situation.
Patrick Harris.
And she's like rolling her eyes and everything. He's like, listen, let me tell you about the year that whatever. He tells the story about in the 80s when he was a little kid, the thing he wanted more than anything in the entire world was a Nintendo
Super
NES.
Nintendo?
Yeah, a Super Nintendo. And it goes through this whole story. So it's like how he's reminiscing in Toys and Christmas Story about the days in the whatever 40s or whatever it is. Here it is, 2020 something, and he's reminiscing about the 80s. It's the same gap
Mhm.
Right? Okay. I'm gonna have to watch that. What's that called?
Yeah, it's pretty damn funny too.
8-bit.
I adore the schoolyard battles with the bully and stuff like that. It's all fun. It's good stuff.
The King of the Hill.
Yes. Yep.
David, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I'm gonna watch it. I think it's funny that Bean brought up Home Alone, and I'll make a confession. I have never seen a Home Alone movie start to finish. I've seen bits and pieces over the years, right? Like the paint can. And,
that feels really weird.
When first Home Alone came out, we really, really liked it. My littlest sister became super freaking obsessed about it. And as I mentioned earlier about Frankie Grande and his Ace Ventura videotape, my little sister had the Home Alone on videotape. And oh my God, we had to watch it. It was either that or Full House every day, all day. So it's
like Home Alone.
I still like ruined for me.
I still like Home Alone. I think it's pretty funny.
Full House, cut it out.
Right.
No, it's cut it out.
You
don't do the hand motion. It doesn't count.
Dave Goulier.
Who
knew? Alanis knew.
Alanis knew it a big way.
And she thinks you ought to know.
And I just, when that came out, I was just like, really? Alanis? What were you thinking, girl? He ain't that. You can do way better, girl. But whatever. That's what she did. All right. What else we got, guys? I suppose we should wrap it up. We'll be back on Thursday night.
We said we were going to run along, and we just
we do it anyway.
Thing, no matter what we do.
Guys, we enjoy talking. We have many common interests, and
we just chitter-chat.
Things we get excited about.
Well, and then sometimes people say stupid stuff like a hamburger is a sandwich, and then that's
I think it counts.
Okay. Sandwiches, they were made so moms didn't have to do dishes.
But you have to do dishes after hamburgers. You can't make hamburgers without dishes.
Well, that's because men got involved and they had to try.
Didn't want to wash plates. Dad's grilling. Mom's not washing plates.
And you know, Mom doesn't like what Dad's grilling, but she eats it because she didn't have to cook that night. You know,
because it's cold.
She's just like, I don't even care. So Thursday night we will be back and we will be talking about how amazing
the winner
is.
How the win went.
Spoilers.
And I'm going to totally be doing my victory dance, my happy victory dance for Xavier.
She gets to do the finale, I guess, if that's. Which she gets the best of the gigs, right?
She gets the best of the gigs, and I'm certain that for at least the last few minutes of the show on Thursday, we'll probably do a little bit of rundown of what we know or don't know about the upcoming season of Australia Survivor.
Oh yeah, that'll be the last 10 minutes.
I think there's a reality TV show rule right in there that we have to add because I called it out today. Because David, I predict you will absolutely be the Team Titan guy.
100%.
You will because I didn't like
Lockie. I definitely did not like Lockie.
Who?
Lockie,
I don't know who you're talking about. I'm just saying that's going to be your team because they're going to be physical and you're going to like them. And
I was always Team George, who was the least physical player ever.
It's true. That's true.
They're Titans.
You're gonna pick the Titans. Come on.
I bet. That's
I remember them, the Titans and all.
And that's the new reality TV show rule. It is Jamie and Christy will always pick the nerdy, dorky people.
Yep.
The rebels, the punk rockers, the whatever, the alternative lifestyle people.
The people that climb out of the water. That's going to be their favorite.
Nobody picked him.
Nobody picked him. But I watched that episode 3 times because it was so hilarious.
Yes. And I reference it every single week because it means that much to me.
Oh, it's so funny.
I'm so glad I got to witness it.
I mean, I understand not wanting to put a bunch of buff dudes on, but don't
I'm
go so overboard that you put a guy who can't physically pull himself out of the water.
You're making the same mistake that Jack does when he complains about the same thing. It wasn't that he couldn't get up the ladder. He was literally having a panic attack. He was trying not to die.
To get up the ladder.
You
and
know
that
what, though?
triggered a panic attack.
Here's the deal. That man was just, listen, he
I'm
has
not saying
applied.
he
He
should have been out
applied
there.
for Big Brother and Survivor every single season since he was like 15 years old. Before you could even legally be on the show, they were like, just get him in. He's not going to be able to handle it. Let's get him in. Let's get him out and get done with this.
Him up. Oh, maybe maybe they used him as a case in point for all the fans. Like, if you're like this dude, don't apply.
Yep. Do you see what this looks like? Do you
Percentage of
see
people like that they go,
what this looks like on television?
Okay,
And not because he was out of shape or not because he was dumb, but because mentally you have to have some sort of toughness. Because listen,
physically, you have to be able to lift like 10 pounds. I mean,
sure, and I
seriously,
think
the
you
guy
do that,
couldn't
but you
lift
have to
10
also
pounds.
be able to breathe and not panic and not like. But if you're not mentally tough, he was not
You
mentally
can't break
tough.
down.
He
He
was
just
not
can't break
mentally
down.
prepared to play that game.
And to his credit, most of the cast, like the jury cast, has said that if they could have kicked it longer with him, they absolutely would have because they all loved him. So, he did something. He did something. They're all like, I don't know how he made it 5 days. Honestly,
Why
he
did
made
they
it
just like
5
give him
days
some
because we
Xanax
liked
or
him.
like other players? Like if you go out there and you have some sort of condition, do they not let you? If you have to take daily medication, do they let you go out there and they just
Oh yeah,
administer?
there are certain medications.
Certain medications.
They won't let you go if you take like lithium. And the one person who was it, Jamie, who went off their lithium?
Jackson, I think his name was Jackson.
Yeah, and he had to quit.
Why? Why can't you be out there if you're on lithium?
Because they're worried about
It's too much with
lack
the
of
blood
food
pressure
and the
and the heat.
lithium
Oh,
interacting.
okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
For health
But
purposes, yeah.
But if you're just on like a
And at the
regular,
end of the day, they probably just don't want people who are mental out there.
like a mild antidepressant, then are you okay?
They did have to deal with some backlash of Brandon Hance, so yeah. Like,
No, but what if you're on a mild antidepressant? Can you go out
I
there?
think if it's something like that your health would still be okay given those conditions.
What if you're not crazy?
But if you were like diabetic,
but you do get
couldn't
panic
play.
attacks. Can you take a Xanax? I'm just wondering, like, where are those lines?
I don't know.
That's
I don't
what
know
I
how
wonder.
they would do it.
Oh, that's all out there. The rules are posted out there. We could find out.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, wait, I gotta Google it.
Bean, can you find out?
No, Bean, that's good. No.
The real rules.
No.
The real rules.
What are the
really
pharmaceutical
real
rules for Survivor? Because that has a lot to do with Big Brother.
Pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceutical rules of Survivor. Doesn't that sound like it's going to be a limerick?
Well, I don't know the answer to this question. Nobody's done this.
Well, is it going to be on Hulu or no? Is it going to be on what was it on?
Paramount Plus or something?
Paramount Plus. Is it going to be on that again? If it stays where it's at and I have access to it, I'll watch it. Now I have to tell you what my husband said when he came in the room. I watched because I had not watched the first season. So on Saturday I sat down.
Certain items are allowed, such as Contact's feminine products, specific approved medications. We also give them a daily multivitamin, but nothing in the way of personal hygiene.
It was on Peacock.
It was on Peacock. Wait, start that again. What did it say?
It says certain items are allowed, such as Contact's feminine products and specific approved medications. We also give them a daily vitamin, nothing in the way of personal hygiene. Vital medications are allowed, but the show's medical team needs to be informed beforehand. In 2022, Jackson Fox was removed from the game after failing to disclose that he was taking lithium until the day
he shouldn't have lied. That was. I mean, I get it, but shouldn't you have to submit your medical?
Right, but he lied. He didn't tell them, and when he went off,
but when he
had side effects.
But wouldn't he have to release his medical information from his doctor?
I don't think
That's
so.
how they get around that. Who's your actual doctor? But I don't know.
Diabetes will disqualify you. So diabetes,
yeah, right,
poorly controlled asthma, epilepsy, heart conditions.
What was the asthma one?
Diabetes, poorly controlled asthma, epilepsy, heart condition requiring supervision, or those who may be in danger of themselves or others.
Okay, so poorly controlled asthma. So I have just my regular little puffer. So I'm good. I
screwed.
go out there with my puffer, and I want to see the next season. It won't be the guy who can't get up the ladder. It'll be the person who every scene when they do in their confessional, they're like,
Yeah. Yeah, like I would have to wear it around my neck, you know?
yeah. I mean, just in case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Poof. Wheeze.
All right. Well, maybe we can do traders. Nobody does traders, but
We can do it if you want.
I'm looking forward to
as long
traders.
as we have access to it.
Yeah.
Good.
I got to tell you, I was not. Oh, hang on. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Are you watching Are you going to watch the other season of Traders, or did you watch it?
Okay,
Christine?
so I'm watching it right now. Saturday, I watched like the first 7 episodes.
Oh, okay. So I can't say what I was going to say.
That's why. Yeah, that's why I said.
I'm not going to say.
I think first 7 episodes, I think, or something. And my husband kept coming, going, "Why are you still watching this?" I'm like, "Because I can just easily put it on. I don't even really have to watch it." By the way, this is based off a party game that I played with my friends for years. So I'm really into it. I'm like, oh, I know what they're doing. They're dragging it out. They're making it super dramatic, but that game is fun. Anyway, so I'm like, I don't really have to, I can just listen. There's nothing I have to watch. And so and then he comes out tonight. I was watching it before Big Brother came on. And he comes out and goes, oh, Jesus Christ, it's brother. It's the Trader. And he had to walk out of the room. He's like, I'm just, you know. So I'm to the point.
I'm down for watching Traders because it's really short, isn't it? Like it's a pretty short season.
It was a streamer. I thought it dropped like all at once.
Yeah, like it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it dropped like half and then the finale or something.
I am on the episode where the ding dong player, Cody's gone, Cerie's there, and they've recruited the Ari guy or Allie or whatever his name is, and the ding dong dummy at breakfast goes, "Well, I was recruited last night. I said no, but I was recruited." It's like, shut up! You weren't. Why? Nobody even asked you. Just sit there and shut up. Anyway.
Well, this season's got one hell of a cast, so I'm absolutely.
And I really think, wow, that's gonna turn out. I mean, no spoilers. I haven't read it.
I honestly think it's too much Cerie. Why do you bring her back again the next
I
season?
think that he played a beautiful meat shield for her, and I think they're never gonna look when he's saying stupid stuff like that. It's like they'll get rid of him before they ever look at her.
She's coming back the second season too. Is my point.
Oh,
is she? I didn't know she was.
Yeah, she's coming back and shows Poverty.
Well, I knew she was, but I didn't know that Cerie was.
Wow, there's some hitters on this season. January 12th. Holy
Dan
crap.
Giesling, Janelle. Yeah, Janelle's going to be there. Dan Giesling's going to be there. Coming out of retirement for the Traders.
And somebody explained to me how Christmas didn't end up on Reindeer games.
Because she's not loved.
Nobody likes her.
I understand, but how do you?
Because she's a meanie weirdo. Because she's married to I don't pay my employees Memphis.
Are they married?
Yeah, they got married like about 6 months after the season.
I thought they were. I knew they were together at some point, but I did not.
Yeah, they're married. They're married. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got to wrap it up because I got to.
Oh, sorry. All right. Then Thursday night we'll be here. We'll talk some more. We'll talk about Traders and
we'll be here at like 9-ish on the Central time. Central 9-ish Central.
Okay. First of all, I have to explain something to both of you. East Coasters, we have time zone privilege. You
don't get time zone privilege.
We live our lives and we don't care about all y'all. You make the adjustments.
But you have 2 Central time co-hosts, so therefore majority rule. Just like
and also
we
have lots of people in our group,
and I don't even get that
in our group, and who watch who are also
Central
timers. So we have to be conscientious for them. I don't want them missing us because
really it's the mountain time
people listen to what
we have to roll our eyes at.
Yeah.
Well, and not to mention the Californians who watch like Monday Night Football at 5:00 at night.
Yeah, they're like an entire day behind.
They have to get up at like 3 a.m.
You got to leave work early to watch Monday Night Football. I don't even understand.
Just kidding. We love you. We love you. We love you.
I love them. I love everyone.
Oh, well, if you're Californian offended, I don't care because you're stoned.
I love love.
Love's so great.
right.
Okay, we gotta go. We're just
End it up,
babbling.
End this.
We gotta
End
go.
this. All right. Bye, guys. See you Thursday.
Bye.
Is someone